Personally, I don't use the microphone, the hands-free phone, any sort of communications, the OnStar, or any sort of navigation GPS systems that come provided with the car. If I'm going to use any sort of communications, want to do it on my own terms. Same thing with the navigation, I want it to be on my own terms. So these products being automatically pre-populated in my vehicle is something that I don't think is okay. So it's something that I've been wanting to remove or disable for a long time. So I found 4 ways that you can do this. The first is obviously to cancel your subscription with OnStar. That's going to be the easiest, but it's not the most comprehensive. So if you press the OnStar button and you cancel your subscription, all that's going to do is no longer, you won't have an account with OnStar anymore. So if you get in an accident and you want to use OnStar, you can press the button and then you can rejoin OnStar. But as far as actually disabling any sort of GPS or microphone usage, it's not going to do anything along those lines. The next would be the fuse. There's a fuse in the interior fuse box that you can remove, and that's going to disable or cut off the power to the OnStar communications box and the rear view mirror buttons. So you're no longer going to have power going to those systems. Downside to that is you will also lose your compass. Third is actually physically removing the box. That's kind of an involved process, which I'll link below, somebody that's actually done that entire process, removing the box. And there's a circuit board in there that you can remove as well, but this, what I'm going to show you, is much simpler. There's a wire that goes onto the back of the box that you can disconnect. And then the fourth would be removing the microphone. If you don't want the microphone in your car, or for whatever reason it needs repaired or replaced, you can do this same route that I've done, or I'm going to show you, and that will physically actually remove the microphone. I know a lot of people probably think it's crazy or over dramatic or conspiracy theory to remove this stuff from your car, but everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and I'll link below some links to informational pieces that could be food for thought. I believe that OnStar comes preloaded onto all GM vehicles at this point, so you could use this process for any GM model. All you would need to do is locate where each of these components are on your vehicle. The OnStar fuse is located in the interior fuse box next to the driver's side of the steering wheel. You're going to need to pop this cover off, and it is actually the first fuse, so it says OnStar right there. This is the fuse box, so you're going to want to, you can use needle nose pliers just to pull out that top fuse there. So with that fuse out, even with the car on, these 3 buttons on your rearview mirror are not going to be illuminated, and they are no longer going to work. The OnStar box / communications box is located behind the glove box on the passenger side. You're going to be working near the airbag, so you might want to disconnect the battery before you start. But first you'll want to ease the seat back so you can shimmy below here. You'll want to remove this plastic cover. There's 2 bolts, one here and one here on the other side. Both are 7 millimeters. Once those are removed, you can lower this plastic cover down, out of the way. And then you'll be able to see the box right here. So this whole thing is the box. You can see on this side the silver portion of it. The only thing you'll need to remove is this wire right here with the purple connector. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use these needle nose pliers to pull back off that. Okay, so now that's disconnected.
You can pin that wire back with zip ties or something else, and then you can go ahead and put everything back, which would just be putting this plastic piece on with the two fasteners. The microphone is located underneath the main cabin bezel, this top area. It's right by where the rear view mirror is. So in order to get to it, to remove it or replace it, you're going to need to get underneath this plastic cover. So you can pry it off with a flathead screwdriver. It comes off fairly easily. Just be careful because it's held in only by these plastic little doodads. So here's the actual speaker itself. It's right behind where obviously there's an area to speak into. So in order to remove it, you're going to need to get this, follow the line up and disconnect it right here.
OnStar ready. You can say call, directory, redial, store,
Call,
minutes, or commands.
call,
No speech heard. Please say call, directory, call. Please say the entire number you would like to dial.
330-565.
No speech heard. Please say the entire number you would like to dial.